Contingency Leadership. According to our textbook, Lucier and Achua, 2015, page 110, contingency leadership theories attempt to explain the appropriate leadership style based on the leader, followers, and the situation. Contingency leadership is accomplished by trying to match leaders to appropriate situations that the leader is the best suited to handle. This is done by filling out the least preferred coworker or LPC scale. This scale requires a person to rate the one individual they would least want to work with, the least preferred coworker, using a range of 18 to 25 positive or negative adjectives with ratings from 1 to 8. The LPC score is then computed by totaling all the ratings. The LPC scale is used by Fiedler to identify a person's dominant leadership. Fiedler believes that this style is a relatively fixed part of one's personality and is therefore difficult to change. This leads Fiedler to his contingency views, which suggests that the key to leadership success is finding or creating good matches between a style and a situation. If your score is 73 or above, you are considered a relationship-oriented leader. And if your score is 64 or below, you are considered a task-oriented leader. If your score is 65 to 72, you are a mixture of both, and it is up to you to determine which leadership style is most like yours. The more success a leader has is directly related to the leader's style and how it is related to the situation. By analyzing the LPC score, it can be determined the type of environment in which the individual will be most successful. The strengths of the contingency leadership theory is the theory is supported by research. You have a more understanding of the impact of situations on leaders. It's very predictable. Leaders do not have to be effective in all situations, only those situations where they can be effective. And data is analyzed to help organizations match leadership styles to situations. Weaknesses: fails to explain why certain styles are more effective than others in a certain situation. The LPC is difficult to complete and lacks validity, and it does not explain how to correct a match mistake in a leader and a situation.
Leadership Continuum Theory. The Leadership Continuum Theory was originally written by Robert Tannenbaum and Warren Schmidt in 1958 and later updated in 1973. The work is based on giving the manager a continuum of possible leadership styles available at their disposal. The continuum presents a range of action related to the degree of authority used by the manager and to the area of freedom available to the leader. The model presents a wide range of styles ranging between dictatorial and free rein. According to our textbook, Lucier and Achua, the leadership continuum model is used to determine which one of 7 styles to select based on the use of boss-centered versus subordinate-centered leadership to meet the situation to maximize performance. Some advantages: it gives managers a range of choices for their involvement, presents criteria for involvement and delegation, focuses decision-making on relevant criteria, emphasizes employee development and empowerment. The model also encourages research to see how effective delegation may be working under this leadership style. Some disadvantages: it involves only the initial step of assigning a task to someone, assumes the manager has sufficient information to properly lead the team, assumes a neutral environment without social bonds or politics, and simplifies complex decision-making to a two-polar dimension. Path-Goal Leadership Style. The path-goal leadership theory was developed by Robert House based on an early version of the theory by M.G. Evans and published in 1971. The path-goal leadership theory is defined as how leaders motivate followers or employees to accomplish their defined goals. The path-goal leadership model used to select the leadership style that is appropriate to the situation to maximize both performance and job satisfaction. The path-goal theory suggests that employees will be motivated if they feel competent. The leader's duty is to discover and understand their employee and how they relate to tasks in order to assist them with overcoming obstacles so that they will remain productive and successful. There are 4 different leadership styles that make up the path-goal leadership theory. The first one is directive leadership. In this case, the leader initiates the structure of the job being performed. The leader tells the employers what task to perform and how to perform that task. The leader makes clear standards of performance. The leader also makes all the rules and regulations. Next comes achievement oriented. In this situation, the leader challenges the subordinate to work at their highest level possible. The leader establishes high standards of excellence. The leader seeks continuous improvement of the subordinate and the leader. The leader has a high confidence in their subordinates. The next style is the participative style. In this case, the leader shares the decision making with the subordinate. The leader consults with the subordinates on important decisions. The leader obtains ideas and opinions from the subordinate, and the leader integrates the suggestions of the subordinate into the final decisions. The last style is the supportive style. In this case, the leader is friendly and approachable. The leader attends to the well-being of the subordinates, and the leader treats the subordinates as equals, along with respecting the status of the subordinates. The advantages of the path goal leadership theory is that the leaders clarify the paths to the goals and remove or help the subordinates work around the obstacles to reach their goal. The leadership styles are also based on the demand of the task and the type of subordinates being asked to do the task. And most important, the subordinate is always on the leader's mind. The disadvantages of the path goal leadership theory is that this is a lot of work for one person or one leader, and the subordinate can become too dependent on the leader. Leadership substitute theory states that there are situational variables within an organization that can be so powerful that they actually substitute or eliminate the need for leadership. This happens because of the characteristics of the subordinate, the task, or the organization itself. According to Lucier and Achua, this is the motivation for some organizations to adopt self-managed teams. I believe that the most effective style that I would implement in my school would be the path goal leadership style. Everyone is different and has unique skills and abilities, and the path goal leadership style takes advantages of those differences by using different methods to motivate and get the most out of the subordinates. The path goal leadership theory suggests that employees will be motivated if they feel confident. The leader's duty is to discover and understand their employees and how they relate to tasks in order to assist them with overcoming obstacles so that they will remain productive and successful. I believe I have used this theory over the years with my wrestling team without really knowing it. When I have 20 kids in the wrestling room, I have learned that each one of them is different and needs to be motivated or led in different ways. Some need directive leadership, which in the form of telling them specifically what to do. Those are usually my freshmen or my new kids to the program. My upperclassmen have specific goals like reaching state, placing at the state tournament. And so I use the achievement part of that to motivate them and use that to get them going every day. I use participative style with my senior captains. I like to gather ideas from them, and they let me know how the team is doing, what kind of the pulse of the team is, and I take that advice and incorporate it into my daily decisions about practice schedules and things like that. I also try to be very supportive to my athletes. I'm very approachable and I respect all my athletes, and they know that they can always come talk to me if they have a problem and we can work it out. The name of the game is being supportive to them. So these are the reasons why I believe that the path goal leadership style is the most effective for me, because everybody is different and I want to take advantages of those differences.